Hi, today I want to share the books I've recently read. I've got three here. So Frankenstein, one of Peter James's books. It's called Love You Dead. It's really good. And Dr. Jekyll and Mr Hyde. It's really good. So I can talk about Frankenstein first. Look at this cover, isn't it amazing? It's like a comic book. And this is the back of it. And it's one of it says Penguin Deluxe Classics Edition. That's a bit blurry. Anyway, I love how the edges are a bit raw. Don't know how clear you can see them, maybe on the edge here. They're not like cut straight. It's almost like, the edges of newspapers, they're a bit uneven and like a bit kind of fresh off the press, and like someone just cut them off with like a straight edge and it's a bit frayed. Yeah, it's quite nice. So when I started reading it, I didn't recognize the story because I don't know, maybe I didn't read it or didn't finish reading it, but I just really loved it. There's so many layers to it, from the beginning of the story to sorry, my fringe is a bit weird today. So from the beginning of the story to the end, and from when Victor Frankenstein makes his monster, and what happens to him, and how the monster hounds him, because it just hates his existence. It's a much deeper story. It's a much deeper story than Frankenstein just doing an experiment to see what's going to happen. It has a lot of layers to it. So if you've got the time, if you're in quarantine and you're not working, try to give this a go. I don't know if they still sell this one with the cover. I got it maybe a year or two ago. So yeah, whatever cover it is, it's still a good book. So the next one I read after that is Peter James's Love You Dead. If you love crime fiction, I think you're going to love his books. I'm sure you've heard of him. So this is the front cover, and his books are mainly set in Brighton. As you can see, this is the wheel when we first had the wheel, and this is the back of the cover. So at the back it says, an ugly duckling as a child, Jodie Bentley has two dreams in life: to be beautiful and rich. She's achieved the first with a little help from a plastic surgeon, and now she's working hard on the second. Her philosophy on money is simple. You can either earn it or marry it. Marrying is easy. It's getting rid of the husband afterwards that's harder. That takes real skill, but hey, practice makes perfect. So, yeah, it's mainly about this woman who marries rich older men and tries to find a way to get rid of them so she can inherit their money, or some of it. It's quite interesting. I think you're going to enjoy it. So the next one I finished recently is Dr. Jekyll and Mr Hyde. And this is the back of it. So at the back it says, published as a shilling shocker in 1886, Robert Louis Stevenson's dark psychological fantasy gave birth to the popular idea of the split personality. Set in a hellish fog-bound London, the story of outwardly respectable Dr. Jekyll, who unleashes his deepest cruelties and most murderous instincts, and when he is transformed into sinister Edward Hyde, is a Gothic masterpiece, and a chilling exploration of humanity's basest capacity for evil. This edition also includes Stevenson's sinister story, The Bottle Imp. It's amazing, even if it's a short story, and The Bottle Imp is also a short story. It's a really good story. I really enjoyed that. It's more like a fable, The Bottle Imp, because you learn at the end of it, no matter what you get in life, what you wish for, at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with what you've got for, that's all that matters. It's really good. It does keep you guessing. It makes you think, oh, who is Edward Hyde? Is it Dr. Jekyll, or is it a different person? And the main character in the book, Utterson, then finds out with a doctor friend of his that they are one person. So that was really quite interesting. So those are the books I read recently. I try to post often on my Instagram. It's called Confessions of a Fantasy Writer 81. It's the same handle as the YouTube channel. I'll show you what it looks like if you're trying to follow me or something. If you can write in the comments and tell me what you're reading. I have started a book club with my friends. It's quite hard to get them to read along, and it's harder now because of the lockdown and the coronavirus. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. It's a bit of a glare. Anyway, there's a black and white picture of myself there, so you can. There might be some other accounts with a similar handle, but I think you'll figure it out. So I hope you have a good evening. I hope you're well. Stay healthy. Wash your hands. Try not to touch your face. That's the hardest bit. And I shall speak to you later. Bye.